Hello everyone, welcome to Club Reaction to Victoria PLZEN 2, Rangers 1, but Rangers go through to the playoff round for the UEFA Champions League by winning 4-2 on aggregate. Losing on the night but through in the tie, and honestly that's pretty much all I can say about tonight's performance. I'm Scott Carney, joining me tonight live on YouTube as well, so everybody please get your comments in the live chat. But joining me tonight to discuss that is Alistair Pearson. Ali, how are you, mate?
We're through, which is the main thing. Probably only positive to take from it. I thought it was a game of football. Watching us as a team, I thought it was poor again, Carney, if I'm being honest. I think PLZEN weren't a great team. I think if they were better and could shoot properly, we may have been in danger tonight. We weren't. They weren't that great. We got a goal. We're through. That's it at the end of the day. But we're into the playoff of the Champions League, which I didn't think we would get to be honest, with a new team. So you've got to give them credit for that.
You do, and we won the tie in the first leg, and we will make comment on tonight's game as a whole, and I think it's all relevant considering the disappointment that we had after the weekend. We have to really just see. We'll talk about what we're seeing with our own eyes. I will not criticise anything that happened last Tuesday. I thought Rangers were fantastic. I thought it was the turning of a corner. I thought it was the chance that we were going to see what this team could really be capable of under Martin. So, and yes, Ali, spot on. I congratulate the team. We are through. It's a fantastic achievement for such an early stage of Martin's career as Rangers manager, as well as the amount of new players we brought in, as well as a style of football that is kind of leaving us all a wee bit clueless just now because we didn't see very much of it tonight. But however, we are through, and we are through. We've got 5 million for getting through that tie tonight, and we are through with a chance of getting into the Champions League, with the fallback still being, if we don't get through the next round against Salzburg or Bruges, then it will be Europa League football. So yeah, you give full credit for that. That's probably where it stops for me tonight in terms of credit. I'm not going to lie. I think Rangers were lucky tonight. I think a decent team would bury us. I think they would have embarrassed us, honestly, by what I witnessed by Rangers tonight. I think there is warning signs all over it. I think we are miles away as a football team. I don't think we're anywhere near close to being anywhere near competitive. And yeah, I still have real concerns about the direction that we are going in, and the whole culture, the mentality, everything around the team, nothing about tonight I sat and enjoyed. Honestly, that was a tough watch for that full game. I don't think Rangers were in control at any point of the tie. We didn't look like the team that were in command in terms of this tie, in terms of taking a 3-0 lead into the second leg. And yeah, there's not very many positives bar Jack Butland tonight for me. I think that might be where it stops. And I could pretty much finish that pod there. Honestly, I could. Ali, the starting 11 tonight was Butland, Tavernier, Giga, Suter, Jefte, Raskin, Diomande, Cameron, Gassama, Antman and Dessers, with a bench of Kelly, Rothwell, Cortez, Barron, Barami, Dow, Fernandez, Gentles, Danilo, Rice, Curtis and Hutton. No Aarons in the team tonight, but there was no real shock, honestly, when I seen it, apart from Aarons not being there. I was like, I'm presuming he's got some form of knock and it's more a precaution than anything else. But the starting 11, I thought, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, I thought you'd start Raskin as a 6, to be honest. So I wasn't shocked with that. Front line that's what it is at the moment in terms of the two wide boys and Dessers up front. So not shocked at that. And he said on his post-match over in Pilsen that Aaron's has been carrying a slight knock. It's nothing serious, he said, but he said he wasn't going to risk him. So that's why Tav came in there. So yeah, no, the team was what I thought, to be honest. There was no big shocks there.
I missed that. I completely missed that. I literally sat down with about 2 seconds to spare before the kickoff, so I didn't have a chance to see anything really before this game. In the game itself, and yeah, PLZEN were the dominant team really. Ali, I think we are right to be concerned now about how shaky we look as a team. We look so nervous. Honestly, there's just the lack of composure within the team. There's no real anyone really trying to compose the team, trying to get a foot on the ball, just trying to be the dominant team. This is a team that you battered them on Tuesday. Literally a week ago, we battered them at Ibrox. I don't think anybody can say that we didn't. We did. We would run over the top of them. You wouldn't have thought that in this game. That first half, Ali, is... I mean, it doesn't get better throughout the game, but that first half it's shockingly bad. It really is. The passing all over the place. I mean, really all over the place. I don't think at any point we made more than one or two passes. It was one-way traffic for the majority of it, and it was really only a matter of time before PLZEN scored. Is that fair?
Yeah. And for everything that Russell Martin said we're going to see of this Rangers team, I've not seen any of it in terms of running harder than the other team, pressing, playing the ball quick. There's absolutely zero evidence for that so far. I think we labour on a ball too much. I agree. I think our passing's atrocious at times. The way we play it from the back, we're not good enough to do it. We're playing with Jeffy, who will know our feelings on Jeffy, and we're playing with John Souttar at left centre half, who's not comfortable coming out with a ball. Yeah, it's just they weren't that great. PLZEN, let's be honest about it. They weren't great. They had umpteen chances, and similar to Panathinaikos in the previous tie, they couldn't put the ball in the back of the net. We just couldn't get anything on the ball at all. We lacked somebody with a bit of composure to try and settle us down a wee bit, knock the ball about. But again, it's like a hot potato for Rangers. Nobody wants really the ball to take the game by the balls and have a go at this team. I mean, let's be honest about it. They're a bang average team, PLZEN. We showed that at Ibrox when we convincingly beat them 3-0. Probably should have beat them by more. And as if we turned up tonight going, the tie's already done. We just need to kind of make sure we're still in the game in terms of that. But I wanted to see Rangers go out in the front foot, especially after Dundee, and show something and kill the game instantly. And they didn't. I think everyone's group chats, you can see by Twitter, other podcasts similar to ourselves, you're all saying the same thing. It's like it's laboured. And as a fan, it's not great to watch. We were all excited to see this new Rangers. And so far, it is flat to deceive Big Style Carney.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. And I think for a team that are meant to be a passing team, a possession-based team in terms of keeping the ball, we can't pass the ball. Like we literally can't. We can't do it. And again, that's real concerns about what's going on within the club. Like they've been knocked since Saturday. I think it's clear to see that they have been. We didn't recover from it well tonight. We couldn't pass. The defence is all over the place. I mean, honestly, just absolutely all over the place. And time after time, we give the ball away in dangerous areas. Time after time, we can't make our pass. Time after time, we welcome pressure onto ourselves because of our own mistakes. And it's just something that isn't going away. I'm not seeing improvement. I think the real lack of attacking intent and I don't mean just making, like, shooting. I don't mean that, but like, trying to make things happen. There is none of it. There's literally none of that. We don't try, and we didn't in that first half try and get Ant-Man Gassama into the game at all. We really didn't. We resulted to a few long balls up to Dessers. Again, not really going to work. There was space in behind, but we couldn't make that pass. We tried, but we couldn't make that pass. And yeah, the first half, you're just watching it. The chances for them, they were getting closer and closer with their chances, and eventually they take the lead. A crossfield ball, Ali, to our left-hand side. Jeffy watches it come over his head, completely misjudges what the attacker's about to do with it, falls flat on his face. They're in easy. It's a cut back. It's passed into the back, not passed. It's fired into the back of the net. And this is what Jeffy is. And I don't want to kind of bash players tonight. Jeffy is not good enough. I think we all know fine well that Jeffy is not good enough. If his head's been turned by the rumours and whatever, and Martin's already made comment about Raskin's head, about him possibly being turned about rumours, whatever else, Ridvan is not fancied and is likely to move on. Jeffy's got interest from someone. If it's about €5 million, I would carry him to Brazil for that. I generally would. We're in serious need of a left back, mate. We're probably in serious need of two left backs and definitely a left centre half. And I'm not the one that's going to criticise John Souttar too much. I'm honestly not, because I don't mind John Souttar, but he isn't a left centre half. He really isn't. And watching him play out from the back when he's on that left hand side trying to beat the defence, honestly, it's hard to watch, extremely hard to watch. But that first goal, Wally, it just sums up everything that Jeffy is to me. That guy's not good enough to play for us.
It's a goal I've seen all last season. Wasn't shocked. Jeffy defensively is woeful. We know that. Attacking wise, he's all right at times. He drives the ball. He's so gun ho. Jeffy forgets his defensive responsibilities most of the time, and he's sleeping, and the ball's over the top of him. He's not good enough, Jeffy. We know that. The only reason he's playing is because Aaron's isn't a left back. I know he wasn't there tonight, but he's been playing there, and he's a right back. As you say, Yilmaz he's not left yet, but reportedly leaving. And we desperately need a left centre half as well. I'd like to. I mean, the boy Fernandez was brought in as well. Who does he not a left centre half? But he's what is he, a development player? I mean, he's 23, 24. I mean, I don't know any development players at 23, 24. So, and we paid good money for him. So, interesting. Do we see him? I know we're in the market for the boy Mendy, who's a left-sided centre half who can also potentially play left back, maybe. So, they two positions are key for us, Carney, especially at the back, the way we want to play from the back as well. But Jeffy, I mean, I seen that rumour about linked to a £5 million move to Brazil or whatever it was. I thought, Christ, what have they been watching? I'll carry him with you to Brazil. He's not good enough, Jeffy. I don't think he's going to be good enough, Jeffy. He's 21, folks say game time. Played majority of the games last season. I know it was his first year in Scotland, but this season I don't know if you can coach him, to be honest. Is he a left back? Because he just defensively, he's just not got it at all.
I don't think he's a left winger either, though, mate. I really don't think he's got it in him to play further up the park either. I'm not convinced by him whatsoever. I'm really not. Another guy that I know I'm singling players out tonight, but another guy that I'm not convinced by is Mohamed Diamande, mate. Don't get me wrong, we'll come on and speak about the goal, and that's the only thing that he done in the game. In that first half, mate, he gave the ball away consistently. Every time he got the ball, he gave it away. Every single time. Even when the ball was played into him, he turned at one point to try and take it out. He took the worst touch you could possibly imagine. Pretty much played it straight to a opposing player. I know I've had my doubts about Diomande in the past, and I honestly thought that he would begin to flourish under this Russell Martin kind of style of football that we're attempting to see, because it is an attempt to see a style of football right now. But for me, no. I thought the midfield didn't work. I don't think it looked like it had the right amount of balance. I think Cameron does what he does. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to be too overly critical on him because I like the look of him. I think he does his job, what he's meant to do. Diomande, for me, again, I seen him do it tonight. Stands behind players, calls for the ball while he's standing behind the players, points at everybody and tells them to calm down, but he can't make a 2-yard pass. I'm just struggling to see any positive in it at all, mate. And Jeffy, I know we didn't have a left back, but if we had another solid left back, I'd have took Jeffy off. I took Diomande off at half time, and I'd have made changes.
Diamande's been probably the biggest disappointment for me this season. The midfield, if you look at the midfield anyway, the midfield's not functioned at all this season. No. It just doesn't look right at all.
The balance has never been right, has it really? Apart from possibly say the game last Tuesday was it kind of looked the most balanced that we'd seen it, but not tonight again. No, it didn't.
No, possibly, and I know as Asgard the missing piece potentially in there, but we'll need to wait and see. I think he's going to be back for the Alloa game, so we'll actually get to see him. But no, the midfield's not functioning at all for me. He's tinkering a bit too much with it, and I think the balance isn't there at all. But Diamande, so disappointed in him. His distribution of the ball was shocking. Couldn't he pass the ball? He just looked frightened at times. He didn't look that guy. Diamande was a guy that got for the bigger games last season, if you want to say Europe, games against Celtic, looked good in those games. But so far this season, he's done nothing, Diamande, for me. A guy we spent decent money on, a guy we thought we could develop and punt potentially, but at the moment he needs pulled out the team for me. I don't think he warrants a space in that Rangers team at the moment. I thought he was extremely poor, and I agree. I would have hooked him at half-time. I put in our group chat, I would have hooked him because he was offering absolutely nothing.
I want to just reassure everybody, I am delighted the fact that Rangers are through, and it is a fantastic achievement. We did just have to get through the tie tonight, and we did, which Rangers do deserve credit for. It was a case of just get through, and we have done that. But this is all following on again from the Dundee game, where what we watched, you're like, what are we doing? Generally, what are we doing? And tonight was just a continuation of that. That was almost just as bad, really, as Dundee. I mean, we're not seeing anything that Russell Martin's telling us we should be seeing. We're not seeing any sort of development. I don't know if it is a culture within the team. I don't know if it is the mentality of the team. I can't really put my finger on it, but we are not doing the basics anymore. We're still not doing the basics. And we're always going to expect a hard game in Europe against no matter who you're playing. But for what we've done to them on Tuesday and the way we went about our business tonight doesn't add up to me. Just doesn't really add up to me. I thought we were extremely lucky, and as I say, Jack Butland kind of kept us in it. But yeah, obviously 1-0 down, mate. Going into the second half, and we go into the second half and we're exactly the same. They make no changes at half time. I thought the second half we looked exactly the same. This kind of disjointed mess, no composure, nervy, shaky all over the park. Nobody really, again, taking control, showing a bit of composure, and having a bit of belief about themselves that they were still leading this tie by 2 goals. At no point, as I said, did I felt like we really gained control. And we lose Cyril Dessers, mate, who's injured himself while pretending he got hit in the face, which is never great, to be honest. This looks a sore one, to be honest, mate, the way he goes down. And I think it's a sad state of affairs when we all go, oh no, Dessers is injured, considering not many of us want him to be at the club in the first place. Danilo comes on for him. Igaman's reportedly maybe back at the weekend. We're still in need of a striker, mate.
When I seen him go down and he's holding his knee, it looked like he twisted his knee. I thought that could be a sore one. He could be out for months potentially. We'll need to wait and see. You look to the bench. There's only Danilo to bring on. And everyone knows my thoughts on Danilo. I thought he was all right when he came on, Danilo. I thought he tried to link the play at times, Danilo, but we can't rely on Danilo for the next God knows how many months. He's not good enough. He's just simply not good enough, Danilo. Igaman, we've not seen. Apparently, he'll be back on Saturday, but what Igaman are we getting? Does he want to be here? So, if Dessers is injured and he's out for potentially months, we have to go and get a striker. Even if it's a guy on loan, potentially, we need a striker. And a guy that will link the play. Just badly needs a striker, a left back, and a left centre half. That's the 3 positions we need. Big style. Yep. That's the ones we need. So we should be targeting that between now and the end of the window. But disappointing, Dessers get injured because
it's the only one you want to see just now. But without Igaman being there, and I've said it a million times, I don't think Dessers is a Rangers number 9, and he should be Rangers number 9. But comparison to what we've seen,
he's our best option at the moment.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we'll just need to wait and see what it is. But it was a weird one the way Buddy did it as well. But we can't rely on Danilo. I don't know how many times I need to go on about bloody Danilo in this podcast. He's no good enough. As much as I thought he played okay when he came on, he won't do it for me for a season. No chance.
He did play okay. He was part of the goal, but he scuffs a shot.
I know, and he still gave balls away too, Danilo.
Yeah, he scuffs the shot. So, but Rangers do kind of score a kind of out of nowhere, really. Diamandi manages to keep the ball in down our right hand side towards the goal line. Cuts it back to Danilo, who kind of scuffs the shot. Lyle Cameron's made the run. He's the right place at the right time. He's gambled properly, like he should, doing exactly what he had been doing pretty much the whole game. He was making the runs, but nobody was brave enough to try and play that pass into him. And Cameron gets the goal, mate, to tie it on the night and restore our 3-goal kind of cushion in the tie. And honestly, mate, I honestly said to myself, well, thank for that, because honestly I just thought, right, now we can control this game. Surely we're going to get a wee bit of composure after that. But we did, mate. I think after it, I thought we did have a wee bit of composure for a brief spell, a really brief spell. But it was back to the same we'd seen the whole game pretty soon after it. But the goal, mate, Lyle Cameron, no risk, no reward.
Yeah, he deserved his goal. he tries his best, Lyle Cameron. He's full of energy, Lyle Cameron, unlike some of the other ones we've got there. But yeah, it was a good goal. And it as soon as we scored, I knew that was it. It's because I didn't think I know they had a lot of chances, but they're poor in front of goal at PLZEN, so I didn't see them scoring a few more goals. So as soon as we scored that, I thought that's the tie dead. And I think PLZEN thought for that 5-10 minutes after it that the tie was done, because Rangers started to take control of the ball. Probably should kill the game at that point, but again, I agree. We just morphed back into sloppy in possession, giving the ball away, and then you start to give them a bit of belief again, because they had umpteen chances. The boy Prince Adu, whatever he was called, should have had about a hat-trick tonight, 4 goals at least. But again, we're giving teams belief. We shouldn't give these teams belief. And a half-decent team may have got back into that tie, the way we were, because we were all at sea at the back. And if it wasn't for Jack Butland, a guy that we talked about last season, who we wouldn't have as our number one, again, we're talking about him pulling us out of holes. He's done it all season for us so far, especially in Europe. And once again tonight, for me, he's pulled off a couple of right big saves for us, because we were all over the shop.
Yeah, you're right, mate. You've literally said every point that I was going to say there. We gave them belief again. And by the way, we decided to start going about our business even after we equalised on the night. Again, just the absolute bomb-scare defending, bomb-scare passing, not being able to pick up our mans, not just doing easy passes, just making things difficult for ourselves for reasons, again, best known to Rangers. Honestly, anyway, that warning just before, mate, with Jeff, they completely losing his man at the back post. We did make changes as well. Rothwell come on, Dill come on, Cortez and who else come on? Barami eventually came on. But Jeff, they had a warning sign completely again. Sleeping, loses his man right at the back post as easy as you like. Big Giga turns around, kind of looks at him like, what are you doing? And then the goal that we do concede, mate, for them to go 2-1, honestly, it's disgusting. It's an absolutely terrible goal to concede. Not sure who's responsible for picking that man up, but you've got Giga, Jeffy and Rothwell all in about the 2-yard area of the player that has a free header as the ball comes into the box, mate, from our right-hand side, and makes it 2-1. And I just thought, I didn't really think, I'll be honest, I didn't think Rangers are going to completely collapse here, but I thought if they get another one pretty quickly, which they nearly did with another calamity defending that ended up with 4 of our players in a pile up at the back post, I was like, if they scored again, I would not have been a comfortable watch. Not that any of that was comfortable watching.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're lucky they weren't a great team, because they had a chance. They had a right good chance to put a few past us tonight. But that second goal, just again, it's similar to last season. Again, you just put a ball in our box, and the guy's completely unmarked and just heads it in the back of the net. It's shocking. We're conceding too many goals. I know that wasn't a set piece, but if he set pieces this season already, and balls just put in a box like that, and it was a poor one to give away. Thankfully, it was near the very end of the game. I know that chance you're saying they had, which potentially could have went 3-1 up. If they did, Christ knows what would have happened to us at that point, but they didn't. There's not much positives to say, can't you, at all? I know my only positive at the start was we're through, but that's probably it, to be honest.
Well, that is it though, mate, and I think we'll always be honest with that. I didn't sit and enjoy that 90 minutes of football that I just watched. I was shaking my head from side to side plenty of times during it, going, what are we doing? What are we even attempting to do? And that's the bit that concerns me. We are through. It's a fantastic achievement by Russell Martin and the team. Again, I know I'm repeating myself, but it is a great achievement. It really is, but it's safe to say, Ali, we are miles away. But that's not really what we've seen over the Dundee game. Well, you can put in the Motherwell second half of the Motherwell game. You can put in Dundee pretty much for the full game, apart from when we went down to 10 men. They decided, we better actually start trying to do something here. And then tonight for I would say the full 90. Really, tonight I struggle to see progress. I struggle to see where we are beginning to see bits of their style of play, build-up play. The players showing full commitment, the players running harder, everything you said as well, mate. I'm struggling to see that. I really am struggling. And yeah, I think Rangers have we if we came up a better team, like for example Bruges or Salzburg, whoever we play, if we play like that, I expect them to beat us and beat us convincingly, and that's me being as honest as I can be about it. But it's safe to say, Ali, there is a lot to work on.
Oh yeah, and Brugge have won their tie. I think they won the game 3-2 to go through.
Oh, did they?
Aggregate.
That's some result for them, to be fair. That
and it's Bruges was a team I wasn't wanting. I know we played them in pre-season, but it's pre-season. But they're a good team. They moved the ball quick. Yeah. They're well coached. I thought they battered Celtic last year. Celtic were lucky to get a draw off them, but they're a very good team, which worries me. But Rangers so far this season, no, they're not convincing at all. And also, you've got to remember now, Rangers were going to postpone the St Mirren game if we get through this tie. Backtracked it on today and says we're not postponing it anymore because I think we've made an absolute hooring arse, to be polite, to the start of the season. And they've probably looked at it and went, well, look where we potentially could be after the Celtic game or before it. So they're playing this St Mirren game, and that's not a... Well, St Mirren, you wouldn't fancy us going to St Mirren getting points at the moment. So
I wouldn't fancy us going anywhere. I wouldn't fancy us winning a game of dominoes, mate. Right now, honestly, I wouldn't.
We're playing an Alloa team on Saturday who beat Dundee in the League Cup, so you never know. I mean, you see what happened to us in the Cup last year, but
yeah,
we need to see signs of something because at the moment we're not seeing it. And the three positions that I've said we need to try and bring them in desperately. I want to see Asgard. The boy Mikey Moore as well. I'd like to see him as well. I know he's young at 18, but we need a bit of energy in the middle of the park. Somebody with a bit of magic as well. I'd like to see. So it'll be interesting to see them, how they fit in. But yeah, it's not great at the moment. But Bruges next week. I know the home ties at Ibrox next week on the Tuesday, which unfortunately I'm missing them away next week. So I'm trying to give my ticket away and I can't give it away so far. Tried 2 folks so far and they went no. But I think that could be a step too much for us, if I'm being honest. I just think they're a good team where we're at the moment. I think we'll struggle if we're in Champions League. I really do. I really think if we get in the Champions League and you want to get in there for the finances, 40 million, whatever it is, to get in there, that's what the board will be looking at. Even if we got in and get pumped everybody game, I don't think it would really matter because they're getting £40 million. But as a fan, God, we've been there before. Do you want to see it at the moment? I don't know if we're ready for it. But if I'm being blatantly honest, and I'll probably get docs on my Jers point for it, I think Bruges could be too far for us. I hope I'm wrong, and I hope Rangers go out and put a performance in and we see it and it all clicks. But I just think that might be one too far for us.
I think it's fair based on what we've seen tonight, mate. I think it's fair based on what we've seen on the Saturday as well. I think that's a fair summary to come to, a fair conclusion to come to. I think we'll struggle against Bruges big time. I really do, unless there's a massive upturn. And unless we miraculously see the way they played on Tuesday night. If we do that on last Tuesday against Bruges, we'll give ourselves a chance. Of course we will, because we were good. We played some really good football, really free-flowing, fast, attractive football, and with attacking intent as well. Whereas right now, we are just so passive. We're just... Nobody's wanting to take that risk. Everybody wants to play
scoring at the moment. We don't even look like scoring.
We don't. I'm saying we're playing side passes side to side. We couldn't even do that tonight. We really couldn't. Rangers couldn't keep the ball. We were honestly all over the place. Yeah, definitely what to do. And I say definitely a bit of a task, I think, to get through the tie with Bruges. I really think it will be a tough one. And unfortunately, I'm not away for work, and I will be at that game on Tuesday. Wonder if I'm actually off next week, and I'm like, could I go to work and go away somewhere so I don't need to go to that? But yes, that'll do us for tonight. Ali, man of the match, you can only really pick one, I think. Butland.
Yeah, Jack Butland, yeah. Two world-class saves for me, at least he did in that game.
Cameron was good in spells. Raskin, I thought, was decent in spells as well.
Good in spells, but I just think Jack Butland, once again, I don't fault him for the goals, but he pulled some big saves. The one where he got the right hand right down low and put the ball over the bar from, I think it was that Prince guy again, was a big save at that point. So, yeah, Jack Butland, I'll give it to him.
Absolutely. We'll be back. I won't be. I'm taking a Friday off again. I'm away for work this weekend, but I won't be about on Friday. I think it'll be you. Maybe you. It's definitely you and Ross. Don't know if Scotia's coming on yet, but it'll definitely be you on Ross. But Ali, for joining me tonight for a weird post-match to do it is. I mean, it's a fantastic achievement by the club, but I'm not going to sit here and pretend there isn't red flags written all over the performance, because there is. But for tonight, Ali, thank you.
Yeah, no, it wasn't enjoyable tonight. I didn't think it was going to be enjoyable tonight, if I'm being honest about it. There you go. Scotia's confirmed themselves for Friday night, so that's good. It'll be good to get Scotia's opinion on it too. But aye, we're through. And let's be honest about it. As much as I don't fancy us, we've given ourselves a chance. It's over 2 legs. We've got a decent chance of potentially getting through. But it's down to this team, and it's down to Russell Martin to start showing what we've been kind of bought into in terms of promise. We've been promised this by Clermont last season. You'll see the best Rangers in October, November was always the tagline. So I'm waiting to see it from this Russell Martin team. But yeah, we'll see what happens next week.
We'll see. Before you go, please like the video, subscribe to this channel. That would be very much appreciated. Tune into the boys on Friday as well as they preview the Alloa game and obviously bring more reaction to this game. Until then, enjoy the rest of your week. At least Rangers didn't completely ruin your midweek. We are through. That is something to be proud of. We have given ourselves, as Ezra says, we're in the tie, so we've given ourselves a fighting chance. But yeah, there is plenty for Russell Martin and that team to work on. Ali, somebody says we'll take your ticket. Rick, email the podcast. You did the podcast email in a description somewhere for these pods, mate. Email it, mate, and we could maybe sort it out.
I've got a few. I'll be honest, Ricky. I've got a few other guys that I'll ask first, but you never know.
You never know. So yes, thank you again for tuning in. Like, video, subscribe to the channel, all the usual stuff, and the boys will speak to you on Friday. We are Club at 22, the Rangers podcast. Cheers, everybody.